Welcome back, Kate. We are here for the assessment. Are you still okay with doing that today?
Yeah.
Alright, so it'll take about 30 minutes. And I just wanted to let you know that I am a mandated reporter. Do you know what that is?
A little, not really.
So for just a quick, to tell you what it is, everything is confidential up until a point of whether you're going to harm yourself or others. So are you able to continue?
Yeah.
Alright, so next I'm going to use a tool called an Ecomap. And do you know what that is?
No.
Alright, so it'll be kind of like a spiderweb map, kind of. It'll show you visually what support groups you have, and the relationships you have between them of what are strong, the strengths you have in those, or what can be improved. So this map is just to show what I can best help you with.
Okay.
So we're going to start off with you in the center.
Okay.
Who do you live with right now?
So I have 3 roommates. The first one is Olivia. And then Corinne, Corinne.
Cori.
Mn.
Gotcha.
And then the last one is Maura, Maura.
And then we're gonna put a circle around it. Is there anybody in specific that you would like to talk about first?
Maybe Olivia, because I've known Olivia since 3rd grade, and we ended up coming to Brockport together. We live 5 hours from home, so we didn't even plan it like that. It kind of just ended up with us both going to Brockport. Our freshman year, we didn't live together because we wanted to meet people and just branch out, but then we ended up coming together sophomore year, and my friends and some of her friends kind of linked, and we all decided to live together. And so I feel like it's definitely strengthened our relationship.
So based on what you're saying, you've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
And you came to Brockport together, or not together, but
Yeah.
you eventually ended up in the same place. And you ended up becoming roommates. So would you say it's a strong relationship?
Yeah, it's definitely strong.
Do you think the energy goes both ways based on what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. For
Okay.
sure.
Put a line and put an errand for both. And your other roommate, Corinne, what was your relationship look like?
Yeah, so we randomly got assigned to be roommates freshman year, and it was so weird because we clicked right away. And she's one of my best friends, and I'm so happy that we lived together and got assigned to live together randomly. We were so used to having classes together because we were both in a program called Delta together. And we also were used to living in the same exact room when we lived on campus. And this year we don't live in the same room because we have a house, so we all have our own rooms. And now that we're more in our major programs, I'm a social work major and she's an education major, so we don't have any classes together anymore. So it's definitely made us not less close, but maybe more distant, just because our schedules are so opposite.
Right.
But we still will always have that special bond and that special love for each other.
It's a unique bond of you guys coming together and then getting into your different majors, but you're a little distant, but still close, still have that bond. So it's definitely good friendship. You just say it was strong relationship.
Yeah.
And is the energy equally on both sides?
Yeah.
And then for your last roommate, Maura?
Yeah, so I met her at the end of my freshman year, and I just was like, hey, honestly, it was very random. I was like, hey, why don't we live together? We kind of knew each other from online, social media. And yeah, I definitely consider her a very good friend. She's always there when I need her, and I enjoy living with her.
That's good. You said you guys were in classes together or not classes?
No, we don't have classes together.
Gotcha. So you guys' relationship is pretty good?
Yeah,
would you say
strong.
Out of any of these, what would you?
Yeah, it's strong. She's like another sister.
It's a good relationship to have. And are all of you good? All you guys are like really good close. Like
yeah, it's a close unit.
it's always good to have that. And roommates, just so like everything's cohesive, you know.
For sure.
Is there any like outside of your microsystems, like your roommates and stuff? Are there any that you would like to add? Like maybe SUNY Brockford you want to start off
We
with?
could start off, yeah, with Brockport.
And you said you're a social work major?
Yes, and I have a minor in disability studies.
So that's a unique minor. Is there? Do you want to like put like social work and you like your minor in a different level, or do you want to just keep it in general SUNY Brockport? Like, do you have any like stressful stuff with SUNY Brockport in general, or?
I really do like enjoy my social work classes. The only thing I feel like is maybe just, I don't know if it necessarily, well, it does go into SUNY Brockport, but maybe just like my time management and like overthinking about how I'm doing in the classes and overthinking about like what I'm putting into them.
So do you want to have that as a separate?
Yeah, I think
All right.
good.
So based on what you're saying, it's like a little bit not stressful, but like the time management of classes, the load work is a little. Would you say it's a little bit stressful?
Yeah. It's
Is it
very
okay?
strong but stressful.
We can put both.
I would, yeah, both would be good.
Alright. We'll do effective, strong, spooky, straight. Would you say that like you're putting more energy to there, or is it equal, or are you getting more out of like a social work coming to you?
I feel like definitely both ways.
Both ways. Alright. Is there any like organizations that you're in on SUNY Brockport that you would like to add on your Ecomap?
No, but I do work on campus.
What do you do on campus for a job?
So I work at the Brockport Child Development Center. They're their own thing, but it is on campus.
Would you like to put it on your map, or?
Yeah, I would like to do that.
Okay. Is it okay if I just label Child Care Center?
That's good.
Okay. How are you liking your job there?
Yeah, so over the summer I worked at also another daycare, but in my hometown 5 hours away. And so that daycare it was over the summer, so I was like mostly not full time, but like almost full time. I was there a lot, and so this daycare, it was definitely an adjustment because they have a lot more kids at this daycare, and I'm scheduled there in between my classes. So it makes it harder for me to know all the kids like one-on-one and know the specific expectations for each classroom because I'm only there in like certain parts of the day. I've never really been there for like a whole day or like really got to know a classroom well because there are a lot of classrooms. So a lot of my anxiety I feel like is just worrying like that I'm doing things wrong and like still not getting into like the flow of it yet.
So you'd say it's like more like obviously it's stressful and like in between classes it's kind of hard and you don't have like that one-on-one experience or not experience but like relationship with the kids. So is it okay if we put a squiggly line for stressful?
Yeah, we could do that.
Alright. Is there anything else we need Brockport, or do you think that's
I think
good?
that covers it, yeah, for Brockport.
Alright. Big circle. Is there any other systems you want to add on? Family?
Yeah, maybe my mom and dad, we could put in like one button.
Yeah. What's your relationship with your parents look like?
So I'm an only child, so it just always been like very close because I'm the only one they have, and we are very close. I would definitely like to maybe talk to them a bit more because sometimes being away you know, they get into their flow of life and I get into my flow of life. So maybe just working on like communication and like, you know, like I don't want them to think that like I forgot about them.
Right.
You know, I would just really like to talk more in general and make more of that effort.
The effort for, like, just you, or do they put any effort into like reaching
Yeah,
out?
they do. We're mostly like texting people, so we
Gotcha.
text a lot, but it's just a little bit weird because we don't talk over the phone as much.
Gotcha. Definitely hard being, you said you lived far away.
Yeah, 5 hours.
So how's that transition from 5 hours away?
It's good. I'm like just very independent in general, and I like to do my own thing. So that's why definitely sometimes there are times where I'm like, oh, like I miss home, you know, like I miss that environment. But overall, I do like being away from home.
That's good. Based on what you're saying, you guys have like that strong bond, closeness. It's just you might want to work on like communicating to them over phone calls. So would you say a strong connection would be?
Yeah, maybe strong, and then an arrow, like for them flowing to
you?
me. Yeah.
All right. Is there any other family or any other like systems you would like to add?
So I have, well, besides Olivia, who I live with, I have 2 best friends from my hometown who maybe you could put into one bubble. Their names are Maeve and Ari.
Can I just put an M and a, what was the other name? Sorry.
Ari, like with an A.
What does your relationship look like with them?
We're all very, very close. It used to kind of just be me and Maeve as best friends doing our own thing, and we kind of extended that relationship. Maeve and Ari will hang out. Sometimes Olivia will hang out with us, and usually like we'll have weekly dinners. I feel like we just talk about anything. It's just like a very nice atmosphere and a group. Like that means a lot to me, and I really enjoy hanging out with them. And I feel like when I'm feeling down, like I can look forward to like going to dinner with them and like just recapping about our lives and stuff like that.
It sounds like you like really trust them and you can always count on them to be there, which is always great to have in friends.
Yeah, and we all have the same like weird sense of humor, which is kind of fun.
The personalities and like friends are definitely unique to have, and if they match yours,
it's nice to easily
closeness.
Just, click with somebody.
So based on what you're saying, it would be a strong relationship. You think the energy would flow both ways?
Yeah, for sure.
Is there any other friends you'd like to add, or
you can add my boyfriend.
Do you want to put his name, or do you want me to just leave it as boyfriend?
Yeah, you could add Jada.
Did I spell it right?
Yeah.
All right. And what's your guys' relationship have been like?
Definitely, I feel like every time we hang out, it gets just like stronger and stronger. Just getting to know each other. It takes me a lot to really like put down like my walls. I feel like in that sort of like type of relationship, and like I just can really fully be myself. And I feel like every time we hang out, like I just like it just like proves to me like how happy I am and comfortable. One barrier though is that we have opposite schedules, so like he works the night shift, and sometimes like every other weekend it's like 12-hour shifts. And I mean, we definitely have worked on our communication like a lot. Like it's really nice that like he makes the effort like to still hang out with me. The only barrier I would say is that when I go home, like over breaks and over the summer, 5 hours away, he lives up here. So that's just really stressful, and it just makes me anxious sometimes.
Yeah. Vulnerability is definitely something in a relationship that can be positive and can be negative. But it's also nice to hear that you can trust him, and you guys have worked on like the communication. You've worked on a lot of things, and you feel like you can put your walls down a little bit more. Different schedules can be tricky, but based on what you're saying, the communication is pretty good, and you guys see each other when you guys can.
Yeah, as much as we can.
So what would you say that your relationship, like, bond, not bond, but relationship would be between you guys?
Definitely strong.
Alright. And you say that energy flows back and forth.
Yeah, I
The
feel like
give
we're
and take.
both, putting into it.
Do you have any recreations or culture?
So, in high school, middle school, like when I was back home in school before college, I did do dance a lot. That was kind of just more like casual for fun, but it kind of makes me think of when I used to do yoga a little bit. My hometown, it's like super small. They have like a lot of little like yoga places. It's like super hippie back home. And so, it would be really nice for me to just go and like stretch and just like be in the moment, but it's not something that I've really done in a while, and I feel like I'm always just so busy that like when I get the chance like to have downtime, I literally just want to do nothing. So just stuff like that with yoga. Sometimes I do like going to the gym, but it's just very hard for me to actually like get myself to do that. I've been trying to make myself like go on like little walks here and there, like to help my mental health. But it is very hard for me with school and work and friends and my relationship to balance out the time for me to like exercise.
Right. So do you want to put yoga, gym? How do you want to like label it?
Maybe we could just do like exercise, like slash like self-care, and then maybe put those little bubbles around it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yep. Yoga. Attach it. Do you want gym attached to it?
Yeah, we could do that.
I have yoga, gym. Do you want walks on there or stretch?
I think walks would be good.
I know that here at Brockport there's like activities at nighttime or like even throughout the day where there's sometimes yoga stuff or self-care days. So like if you ever have free time or and sometimes they do it over Zoom too, so like if you can't make it in person you can always go on Zoom. Is that something you would like to work towards?
Yeah, I mean, I have been to a Zumba class on campus. It was fun, but it's just a lot for me to like get myself there. Like finding the motivation, stuff like that.
So is it like stressful for you to get there, like the time management, or
stressful?
Stressful. So is it okay if we put a line for stressful?
For sure.
Alright. And like the energy flow, would you say? Do you not want to put an energy flow, or do you want to? What's the?
Yeah, maybe because it's just not really too active.
Alright. Is there definitely self-care can help, but it's also the time of the difficulty of getting like the gym, and you said you have a hard time getting there. So it's something that can be worked on, but also in your time. Is there anything else you'd like to add to that?
Yeah, I'd like to add my friend Cassie.
How long have you known Cassie, and what's your relationship?
So we became friends in February, but we actually had like a class together right before that. But like we always kind of like looked at each other in class for like we were too shy to like talk, but we did meet one night when we were out, and I feel like mostly we hang out on the weekends and stuff like that. But recently we've started to get closer. I feel like me and her have always just like had like a special little like bond, and recently I just started to notice that like I really like what she brings into my life, and I would like to get closer and maybe work on that relationship.
It sounds like a really good goal, and that you guys like are close. You have that special bond that's unique. And it's positive that she brings like stuff in your life that you really like, and definitely a good person or friend to have in your life. What kind of relationship would you say it would be?
Maybe tenuous.
Tenuous? Would you say energy Like, is more toward like you towards her towards you, or
Maybe her towards me, just because I feel like I'm the kind of person who, like, after I like have classes, after I have work, like I like to, just keep in my bubble. And sometimes, because the time's so limited, it kind of like pushes me away from like my relationship. So I need to really like work on that and how I manage that. And I would like to make more of an effort.
Seems like you have your goals and stuff aligned that you really want to focus on.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it was okay if we could put Hazen Center on here. Like, I know you might not have a relationship with us right now, but you could in the future if it's up to you.
I think that's a good idea because I do have some things that I would like to work on at Hazen.
We'll just bubble that and leave it here for right now, and if in the future you want to add, we can always come back to it and improve it.
Perfect.
Is there anything else you would like to add on here that you think would be good, sports system wise?
I think this looks pretty good representation.
Alright, it looks like you have a couple good, strong, like, relationships and support systems with your best friends, your parents, your boyfriend. Looks like you have some stressful ones that you, for time management reasons wise, which is understandable being a college student. With the childcare center, your job, and exercise and self-care. And it seems like you want to work on some goals, and that's really good to have. So I wanted to thank you for coming in and doing an assessment. Definitely gave a good eyesight. So are you all good? Doing okay?
I am, thank you.
Alright, well, thank you for coming in.